Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. Today's character random is the Lost, so that's ever the fun time. We'll see if we can get to that 10 streak even with the Lost happening. So here's the seed, and the Lost has Flight and Spectral Tears, and the ability to get hit once per room, but no ability to ever have any kind of health otherwise. So, you know, this will be fun. We also have a use item, but the use item's purpose is to scare you, so if you accidentally hit space, you lose. So just make sure not to hit space and replace it as soon as possible, and you're good. Oh, and freaking demon motors, man. Maybe it's a freaking monster cicada. That's a possibility. Anyway, the idea is I'm not going to use my active item, and that's great. Because otherwise I will lose my freaking Holy Mantle, and it will be over. Theoretically, not necessarily over, but, like, really, it would be over. So I'm just gonna not do that. We're gonna get a new use item that's gonna be the best use item ever. Interestingly, with the Lost, it's actually really good if you can manage to pick up the glass cannon, because it can't mess with your health because you don't have any. So Lost is actually the only character where glass cannon is even slightly decent and worth picking up. Which makes the Lost kind of cool if you get that item, but how often do you see that item? Because I certainly don't see it very often. Tinted rocks also don't really matter. You might get a bomb or a key sometimes, but for the most part, you know, it's just soul hearts that you can't use. There's also the small chance that you get the small rock, which is why I still bomb them. But once I get the small rock, I really just kind of stop bothering, because it's not worth it for any reason ever. So once I have all these dudes following me, pretty worth it to just bomb, skip most of the rest of that. It's possible to place the bomb better, but I don't want to take the risk of getting hit. I still got most of them. Whoopsie. So in the end, it works out. Few more enemies, and then we can see what's in our item room. No reason to go to the shop, and no keys to do so anyway. And our first item is useless. I'm not even going to take it because it would take up my first familiar slot, which I would definitely want to dedicate to having Incubus, Dry Baby, Fate's Reward, I guess. Any of the actually good familiars. As opposed to the trash. So Duke of Flies can take pretty much forever and possibly get you hit if you can't kill the flies quickly enough, so I just, you know, use the 2 of the bombs, it's fine. So that's health up, of course I'm the Lost, but it's tears up by 0.7 and 0.16 shot speed down. It's pretty darn good. And I'm gonna take advantage of that. So second item room is a second chance at greatness. Every item room is a chance at greatness, of course. But hey, I don't have any keys yet. So that's why that was the but I don't have any keys yet. So we need to search, and we found one, and now we've got something good like the D6, right? Oh, Tech X. So I actually just win now. I might not win, but I should win. Tech X replaces my tears with a circle of laserness. And said laser circle. Only the circle part, the outer part, does damage to enemies, so I actually want to make sure not to charge it if possible, because that means that I can hit enemies more if it's not charged. And you can see my charge rate is pretty darn good. So I can fire a lot of these out in not a lot of time. So yeah, this is an absolutely incredible item. That's Luck Up, 2 key drops, and a Soul Heart. 2 bad first familiars that are not worth taking. So we're allowing for angel rooms now. So this will be fun. I'm actually just going to head out. Because, like, I'm happy already. And we're going to see if we can make Boss Rush, do Boss Rush. Probably even fight Hush, because Tech X totally destroys Hush. I mean, I guess technically Kamikaze kills my run less than the D4 could. Because Kamikaze only hits me once, and as long as I don't use it once I've already been hit, everything's cool. Another thing about it is, if I know that I'm not planning on... Oh, nice. That's really good luck. If I know that it's a safe room at that point, I can use it for a bomb if I don't have a bomb, and then just leave the room and everything's fine again. So it is better. So we got a real good item in Halo of Flies, which gives me 2 orbital flies. They block tears, and they kill fly enemies, but they don't damage any other kinds of enemies. So obviously it's nice to blow up mushrooms when possible, because chance of magic mushroom. Other good useful things. Liberty Cap is a chance for a random mushroom effect each room, including the compass, the best mushroom. And none of them are going to be too useful or detrimental for me, so it's really just the compass. So this is an XL floor, obviously. We've got 2 item rooms, we're going to have 2 bosses, we're going to have, whoa, 1.8 times as many rooms, and we are going to have only one of any other special rooms, so like 1 shop, unfortunately. I would still love to get rid of my use item and get a different new use item. But again, this one's less likely to kill my run than the D4, so it works out. And I'm okay with this. But I'm hoping that I get a few more cents and go to the shop. And so far that's looking pretty likely. Okay, nice. Alright, another key, doesn't hurt. So this room sucks if you can't fly, but I can fly, so... By the way, all deals with the devil are free for the Lost. It's pretty swell. Alright, that's 0.5 damage up, some amount of range up. Range up won't affect my laser circles. That's okay. 0.5 damage will. And that's what matters, right? That's another range up, so that's useless. And that's a useless item. I don't want to... screw it, why not? Also, this item is even less likely to harm me, so I may as well take this. I was gonna say I don't want to increase my chance of getting continued angel rooms because... you know, stuff, but... the guarantee of fighting Mega Satan, or practical guarantee, because it's likely that I will get another angel room at this point, and thus get the other key piece. Like, I don't get to do all the stuff with the Lost very often, so I figure why not? Fight Mega Satan, fight Hush, do Boss Rush. That was really lucky. That's why I say, though, like, Halo Flies is really good, especially when you can only get hit once every room. So I'm very, very lucky so far this run. I'm not going to use this item either, by the way, because unless they changed it, Kamikaze is still a possible activation for it. So it would be the same deal as when I had Kamikaze just 2 seconds ago. Only activated if I haven't been hit in the current room and know I might not get hit, or can't get hit again in the current room. But even still, it has no useful effects either. So there's just no reason to bother. It's just a bad item. So Steam sale, all prices in the shops are cut in half. And it, sometimes they're rounded up, sometimes they're rounded down. Depends on the type of pickup or item. All items are going to be 7 cents, so they're all rounded down, which is nice. By the way, low shot speed is totally really good on Tech X. By the way, I have time to full clear this floor because I've made such good time just by having an XL floor, finding everything right away. Alright, and here's an even more useful item still. It's a reusable mega bomb every 2 rooms. It's good. I still won't end up using it, but finally we have something that it's kind of useful. It's not bad. Give the chance for Magic Mushroom to show its pretty face. So anyway, by getting that key piece from fighting the statue, by actually picking it up, I increase my chance of getting angel rooms in the future of the run, as opposed to devil rooms. Like, the chance of a room showing up is still going to be the same as whatever it would have normally been, but the chance that it's an angel room instead of a devil room is much higher. So hopefully I get, like, Sacred Heart and Godhead, I guess. Godhead's not as good for this, though, because it doesn't have the aura. Alright, so I'm not even going to press the button, because I don't want to mess up and get hit and somehow manage to die, even though I would still have iframes in order to get out. It's just not worth it. Secret room could have been there, but it's another thing. I didn't know that. It's Curse of the Lost, so I'm not going to count on being able to guess the map properly. So I'm just going to, you know, leave it alone. Not mess with it. That's probably a secret room right under that. So I'm going to operate under the assumption that it is and bomb. So now I know that it wasn't next to the curse room. Some risks, man, not worth it. See what you are. Nothing special, but another implied door, so. Alright. I'm good to go to the shop, which I know won't be greed. All stats up is really nice, because I was starting to feel kind of slow. It's nice being able to shoot these guys from any angle, and not have to worry about things. Well, I wasn't planning on this. I was planning on this dead ending with the shop quickly. I'm going to increase the chance that I get a room, devil or angel, after the boss room by blowing that dude up. Then I'm going to go down, I guess, because I want the shop. Yep, there it is. Remember, shops are half off, so there's options. That's good. Makes it so that bosses will drop 2 items. I get to select between them. So that'll only affect 2 more bosses in this run, but it'll affect bosses at all, which is better than nothing. So much like Gertie, just employ regular circle or quarter circle dodging against this boss and you'll be totally fine, as long as there's only one of them. I will take the 1 damage up and 0.23 shot speed up because it's the only one with any value. That's not a very good familiar. I'm not going to bother with it. Please don't kill me. I should have been hit there. Anyway, we're alive. We've got a full key. I should have died, but I didn't. So I'm the lucky one. The other item, by the way, was full health and 4 soul hearts, which is literally does nothing for this character. So it makes sense that I kind of didn't take that. So boss rush will still be kind of risky, I guess. Not much room for error, obviously. But I'm going to attempt it. Same with Hush. Not much room for error. But this character, I just keep my distance. Do my stuff. make as easy of dodges as I possibly can. Chance to kill me, so I don't want that. Random tier effects, I don't want that. Okay, so I do want to check out the boss challenge room. That's -2 fire rate delay when it can't do anything for me, so... And it's not like it has any other possible value. Like, it can't be bad for the Lost, because the Lost... obviously can't get hit anyway. And Holy Mantle doesn't count as getting hit for Cursed Eye, so you can't get the downside of random teleports. And that's about it. I mean, you can't get the downside, get the upsides. Alright, that's a full map for the floor, but it doesn't give you the room identities. The thing about that is, since I have an occasional compass effect, if a compass effect does happen, even if it's temporary, because I have the full map, it'll think that I actually got to see that those were those rooms, and I will get to keep that effect. So I will always know that any given special rooms are those locations. So I don't have to actually be paying attention to the map anymore. Because I get the map, I'll know. It'll stay there. Alright, so now just try to be careful. And just don't get hit by the foot. And then you're fine. Now boss is dead. Devil room is a devil room. Sadly, neither of these items is valuable to me. I don't think Holy Light will do anything for me either because of my item, but I have to take it on principle. So Holy Light is a chance whenever I shoot a tier that it's going to be a Holy tier. Holy tier, when it hits, summons a beam of light that does 3 times my damage. So that's basically like a 4 times damage multiplier. But again, I'm not going to have any Holy tiers because of my tier type. And that's okay because this is much better than whatever I would have without Holy Mantle. Or without Tech X. Because my build without Tech X right now, total trash. I don't know if I got hit. I didn't see the iframe, so I'm gonna assume I didn't. But having the Polaroid makes it a little less obvious. Because I always have a glowing aura around me now. Oh, great. You make me so nervous right now. Everything is terrible. I am a little slow right now. Yep, there's the hit. There was no dodging it either. So I might just be dead. Which is very unfortunate. Because it wasn't by my mistake. Well, that should have killed me. The fact that that didn't hit me is a pure miracle. That was just a really bad wave, though. Adversary plus war and a champion boss rush. Sucks to be me. I think I might have learned my lesson from the last wave. Is check the middle first to see if I'm going to get lasered by something. Oopsie. And that hit me. That's unfortunate. I mean, that's kind of what happens when you play the Lost and actually want to do boss rush. I got a bad wave, and that was about it. So that means it's time to play Azazel. And, you know, I'm sad about that because that was a good run. But any run can go like that. If you want to win a Lost run, don't do boss rush. Like, the final hit was a mistake of mine, technically. But the first one, not really. I tried to focus down the more dangerous enemy and keep the enemies in positions where they weren't going to interfere with my dodging on either one of them. But all it takes is one situation. So, you know. Great, thanks. So, the way I play Azazel, of course, because Azazel is so ridiculously overpowered, is if I find the boss, I fight it. And I, under no circumstances, pretty much go hunting for other stuff. But if I find the item room right away, I'll go to it, you know. Alright, dude. There we go. So anyway, I just try to go fast. If I find the item room, that's great. I'll take it. If I don't, I don't, and that's cool. There you are. I have keys, so that's good. Sure, Tough Love might actually work on Azazel and like Brimstone and Knife now in general. If so, it's a chance that when I shoot, I will be doing 3.2 times my damage. It's luck based, it's 1 over 10 minus luck. And that's that. It's a lot of damage up if it works. So here's hoping it totally does. Yeah, as you can see, that was pretty much definitely triple damage. Alright, neither of those are worth anything to me. So actually I will go back for the shop, because if there's mapping in it, that's pretty useful. But there's not. The nice thing is, usually shops are near bosses, so even if I skip the item room, a lot of the time I won't skip the shop. Just naturally by having gone to the boss. So I'm that much more likely to get mapping when it's available. Even if I'm not getting the item room. No drop sound, so... Okay. Gotcha. Whoopsie. Nice. Got most of them. There's still one dude alive. Exploding enemies in general make me nervous, of course. So is there a shop here? No. Okay. This is good. I love when bosses just leave me the cheese. Like, hey man. Alright, that's health up and a shot speed up, which won't make any difference for Azazel. Shot speed does nothing. I'll check you out. Alright, well, I deserved that. This is fine. And also, playing carefully with Azazel is super boring because it's pretty much impossible to lose if you do, once you've practiced enough, basically. So getting hit because I'm too close to enemies is part of the fun. I'm intentionally way too close so that I have to do some work to dodge. My upgrades so far have not been very good. Boss items are just kind of... they're supposed to be the things carrying you if you're doing this, but they've been useless. Ah, that's okay, most of them will die. Don't do that. That thing where you stay alive. Nice. Ah, good. 2 of the rooms I wanted to see. And full map for a floor is very darn useful. Greed. Unfortunate. Bunch of money. I will grab it all. While in the process of fighting. Have an extra bomb doesn't hurt. Okay, not a very good item. But it'll do something. It follows me on a 3-second delay. My movements exactly. And if it has the line of sight and proximity to an enemy, it'll shoot at it. Oops. Gotcha. Health up, angel room. The mind, full map for the floor. Includes both secret rooms. It was good timing to get that health up as well. So, you know, I'll take another health up too. So now, of course, I have full mapping, which means there's no reason to have my rune that gives me full mapping. But the mind is a great pickup from an angel room. One of the best things you can get. Because there are pretty much only like 3 good things you can get. And the other 2 would not be as good for me as the mapping would, honestly. I will get the item room because it's right here and I have the map now. I know what I'm doing. So that's a nice perk. I will spend as much money as I can. Can do better than -1 fire rate delay. I need damage. It's gonna break. Yeah. And that's a useless item too. Gives me random mapping basically, but I already have all the mapping. Inconveniently, the top secret room is super far away from the boss. Super far away from anything that matters. So what I was looking for, of course, was like the candle there. This boss is gonna suck, because there's really not much anything I can do to dodge. Like this boss, since it has a lot of close by things that shoot, it's just probably gonna hit me like it did. I mean, that's life. Now that's a range up, which is really useful. And a luck up, but hey. Okay, let's go this way. Yeah, Ludo's fantastic with the Zazel. Alright, I'm gonna... No, I'll go to the arcade, the library. So this is just a big circle that does my damage a lot. And this is health generation. Which I'll stick with, by the way. Sure, second hand. Increases status effect duration like it says. Doubles it, I think to be precise. So if I get anything particularly useful, great. By the way, Ludo is pretty slow. It's just strong. And it's safe. So I can stay away from enemies and still kill them all super effectively. But, like I said, slow. Why is my damage so bad on these guys? Should be doing my damage, but I would have killed these guys so much quicker. I don't know, man. Have no keys, so I'm gonna see if this wants to drop me one. Guppy's head spawns 2 to 4 kamikaze flies usable every room, so I'm 1/3 Guppy now, which is nice. I don't have any keys or I'd go to the shop, but there's not much for me to gain there either. I'll go back for it though. Because I would take the candle for example. Ah, sure, I'll take Diplopia. That allows me to create a duplicate of every item, like pedestal item, and pick up chest stuff in the room that I use it in, one time only. And that's real cool. So the curse is, I pick it up, and no matter what, I never make it to the chest, I just die. And, you know, with the way I'm playing this run, like the way that I treat this run, as far as gameplay choices, I would expect this to be no exception to the rule. You know, at least by having that health generation available, it was going to be an advantage. I was going to have a chance of survival, but now, probably killing it, man. Probably killing it. Don't know what I need this for, but I got it. Alright, mom fight. Sadly, I can't kill two doors at the same time. Okay, so I'm just going to be looking for the shadow. There we go. To get this tinted rock for me. And it's going to eventually. Basically, as soon as I give up and place a bomb, it'll do it. Which I'm going to do at the very end of the fight. You know, when the health bar is pretty much out. See? Just gotta be patient. I was about to. But then I didn't have to. Alright, so you're dead. I get a devil room. It's not good. I get this. It's also not good. Yep. So I peace out. Okay. Awesome. When things are cooperative, I'm happy. Don't really need bombs. I have just enough keys for the chest, so I need to not use any. Alright. I have a little bit of faith in my ability to use Diplopia this run. I don't know, I think it's possible. Nice. That gets me to a half-heart interval, so that's good. Even if it won't actually make a difference, really. Sure. That gave me money. Neither was lucky. Wasn't worth it. Teratoma is a good boss for this build. And I don't want that because it regenerates health. That's bad. Ah, these long floors. I like nice rooms like that. Magician, homing tears for a room. That's good. Because that means that I won't have to aim my Circle of Doom for a room. And it looks really cool with homing. That's a nice piece of the puzzle. So we get some bonuses here, basically. Okay, that's just money that I don't need. I was very worried for a moment that I wasn't going to kill him. I would have to fly back and find where it was again. Because if I didn't kill it and it wandered off, I would have no clue where it was relative to the circle. Oops. Just because that room would be so slow due to having to wait. Alright. How unfortunate. But it won't hit for any more damage than normal, sadly. Because it doesn't matter how much of the beam you're hitting with, it just matters that you're hitting with the beam at all. So the nice thing is, I don't have to dodge these with the intent of also hitting tiers. So I can just do whatever the heck I want, as long as I'm not an idiot. Alright. Gotten really lucky with maps being cooperative. Room is going to take forever. Room is also going to take forever. Free room, I like that. This room's going to take forever. This room, done. It's also a good room. Except when that happens. This room's gonna take forever. So the strat with Diplopia is you open the chests, you open all 4 of them, see if there are any items you want 2 of. If there are, you dupe them. But any items you don't want 2 of, as long as it's not, like, bad for your build, you pick them up. Because when it dupes an empty pedestal, it gives you a new item. So as long as it's not a use item and it doesn't harm your run, you just pick up the other stuff. And then that's great. Oops. It's actually kind of really hard to dodge at the same time as using the Ludovico for me. It's just super weird to split your focus like that. Buddy. Thank you. But as you can see, my damage is pretty bad now. So that's why this fight is a little tougher and longer than one might expect. Oops. But we have broken the curse, which is pretty nice. Wow. These aren't even worth doubling. So I'm going to take them. And it's going to kill the run instantly. But then I get cool stuff. So, yeah. Soy Milk, of course, lowers my damage to almost nothing, but homing on this Ludo Knife. And I got a 0.3 damage up, that's always something, right? Ludo Knife is, by the way, one of the worst combinations. Like, it's really just so bad. It's funny. Oh, I can spam this a lot more than I thought. Okay, this will be a lot more useful then. Okay. Yeah, I didn't quite realize just how spammy I could get. Oh. I'm still dead. Because I got double champion freaking jerkwad here. And like, even if I don't die to this room, I'm dead. Okay, is that also a half heart? That's a full heart. Alright, let's check out the item room. Yeah, I'm dead just because of Soy Milk, but that's okay. Because overall, this is pretty funny. Oh, 2 luck ups. That's totally useful somehow. I'll find out how eventually. Alright, this is a really easy room. And that's another 2 hearts of recovery, so maybe we got this after all. Alright, any of you any good? That's a soul heart for me. Takes nothing. That's another soul heart for me. Alright, I've got nothing to dupe that's useful, sadly. But what I can do, since at this point it doesn't matter anymore, I mean, I've made it here. Either I'm dead or I'm not. Got a couple of these. I'm only going to use one. But if I roll one of these into a chest or something, well, if I roll the only one into a chest, I'm not going to bother. Okay. Spam as hard as you can spam, friend. This looks super cool. And like, I can't spam so fast, but they're so tiny. There we go. It's actually really hard to let go quick enough for that to happen. And you get to max size so quickly. But since I'm tapping so lightly, the homing is actually stronger for the knife. And doesn't let it move off of the boss. So, of course that would have been really, really good without soy milk, but I wouldn't have gotten all of the items if I didn't take soy milk. So, you know, it works out. That was an interesting run. That is going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.